Level 1. The Mule, La Mula. You're 16. You dropped out of school 6 months ago. There's no job, no plan, and at home, there's never enough of anything. Someone you grew up with says, there's easy money if you're willing to make one trip across the border. One trip, that's all. You show up to a house you've never been to. A woman you've never met hands you a glass of water and a bowl of small latex balloons, each one packed tight with heroin. You swallow 80 of them one by one. If one bursts inside you, you're dead before anyone calls an ambulance. You cross at a pedestrian checkpoint with a story prepared about visiting a cousin. You don't make eye contact. You keep your hands still. Every time a border agent glances your way, your heart stops. You make it through. Someone picks you up on the other side. You go to a house. You wait. You retrieve the balloons. You hand over the product. Someone counts it. Nobody thanks you. You made $300. If you hadn't made it, if the agents had pulled you aside, if one balloon had ruptured, the organization would not have sent a lawyer. They would not have called. They would have handed those same balloons to someone else by morning. You are not a person to them. You are a container. Replaceable, invisible, exactly what they needed you to be. You do it again the following week. Because $300 is still $300 when you have nothing. Level 2. The Halconera. The Falcon. You're 19. You've been around the organization long enough that they trust you with something small but critical. Your job is simple. You sit outside a convenience store on the corner of a block the plaza controls. You have a phone. You have WhatsApp. You blend in completely because you are, to everyone who passes, just a girl sitting outside a store. But you're watching everything. Military convoy 2 blocks north, you send a message. Unmarked truck moving slow, you send a message. A face you don't recognize walking through, you send a message. The plaza has eyes on every entry point. You are one of them. You make $150 a week. Cash. You don't know who receives your messages. You don't know what happens after you send them. You watch and report. That's all. One afternoon, a black SUV rolls through slowly, rival plates. You send the message immediately. 10 minutes later, you hear gunshots 4 blocks away. You don't move. You don't react. You finish your Coke and keep watching the road. That night, you go home like nothing happened. Nobody knows what you do. That's the entire point. Level 3. The Sicaria. The Assassin. You're 24, 5 years in. You've proven you don't panic. You've proven you don't talk. Someone noticed. They call your group Las Flacas. 6 women, all young, all trained. People see you walking into a restaurant and think nothing of it. That's the weapon, not the gun in your waistband. The fact that nobody suspects the gun is there. The target tonight is a mid-level operator from a rival organization. Careful, bodyguards, rotating routine. But he goes to the same restaurant every Thursday because he thinks nobody knows that. He thinks he's safe in public. Families, waitresses, noise. You walk in 15 minutes early, 2 tables away. You order food, you smile at the waiter. When he sits down and picks up the menu, you're already standing. 2 shots. Outside before the screaming starts. Back across the city in 11 minutes. No celebration, no debrief. Your phone buzzes once. Confirmed. You shower. You sleep. You don't feel what you expected to feel. You stopped feeling it after the second time. Nobody warned you that would happen. That might be the most dangerous part of all. Level 4. The Cuidadora. The safe house manager. You run a house on a quiet street where nobody asks questions. From the outside, ordinary. A car in the driveway. Curtains in the windows. Something on the stove. Inside, weapons in the back bedroom. Soldiers sleeping in rotation. 40 kilos wrapped in plastic under the floorboards. And in the locked room at the end of the hall, 2 men the organization is holding until someone pays. You manage all of it. You cook. You coordinate supply runs. You keep the soldiers quiet and disciplined. You make sure nothing draws attention from the street. You handle the small emergencies. A sick soldier, a weapon that needs moving, a delivery at 3 a.m. that nobody planned for. You are the reason this cell functions. Every operation that runs through this plaza passes through something you managed, something you fed, somewhere you kept safe. The people above you make the decisions. But without you, nothing moves. $800 a week. No title. Nobody outside these walls knows your name. Completely invisible and completely essential. And those two things are not a coincidence. Level 5. The operadora. The financial brain. You have a degree in accounting, an office, and 3 businesses under your name, a beauty salon, a small pharmacy, a real estate company that sells maybe 4 properties a year. Last month, $2.4 million passed through those businesses. Cash from drug sales enters through the salon. Inflated customer counts, fabricated inventory, creative receipts. It exits as legitimate income, taxed, traceable, legal on paper. You are the reason dirty money becomes clean. You are meticulous. You do not make mistakes. The organization chose you because women in your position attract less attention. Nobody pictures the accountant in heels as the one moving millions. That blind spot is worth more to the cartel than any single shipment. In Adina Arellano, Felix ran the finances of the Tijuana cartel for years. Trained accountant. She never carried a weapon. The numbers were her weapon. You understand that completely. Your neighbors think you're just good with money. They have no idea how good. Level 6. The jefa de plaza, the regional boss. You control the city, not on paper. But every gram that moves through this plaza moves because you allowed it. Every business on these streets pays a monthly tax. The police commander picks up on the second ring. 12 sicarios answer directly to you. Halconeras on every corner, an operadora for the money, 2 safe houses running. You built this. You maintain it. When a crew tries to move product through your territory without permission, you know within the hour. You give them one conversation. If they don't listen, you give the order. You don't lose sleep over what follows. The men above you underestimated you in the beginning. You let them. You built quietly, proved your numbers, solved problems before they reached anyone above you. By the time they understood what you were running, you were already too valuable to touch. You're not feared because you're violent. You're feared because your word means exactly what you say it means. Every time. No exceptions. In this business, that is rarer than any weapon. Level 7. The Queenpin? La Patrona. There's no meeting, no ceremony. One day you simply look around and realize every significant decision passes through you first. You forge alliances with Colombian syndicates. You negotiate routes through Central America. You have contacts in Europe, Asia, West Africa. You think in years while everyone else thinks in months. Others manage shipments. You manage relationships. And relationships are what keep an organization alive when everything else falls apart. No photographs, no interviews. The people 3 levels below you have never seen your face. To the outside world, you're a businesswoman, a name on a property deed. To the organization, you are the reason it still exists. The government has a file on you. It's thin. You made sure of that. You trust no one completely, not even yourself on a bad day. Paranoia isn't weakness at this level. It's the only reason you're still here. You built this from the bottom. Swallowed balloons, street corners, safe houses, spreadsheets. Every level nobody saw coming because nobody was watching you. That was always the advantage. They never look at you until it's too late.